Hello, world. We are coming to you live from Hollywood, California for an on-camera acting class. And here is Master Coach Clay Banks.
I got some power, some heat on that. Hey, everybody. Okay, guys, welcome. Welcome to Wednesday night. On-camera classes, but I have a specialty teaching beforehand. I think we need to hit some AC because it's getting a little bit warm in here. So if we can get, oh, my tech, nobody's paying attention. Everybody's listening to everything else. Those of you guys coming in via Zoom, thanks. Glad that you're here. You can unlock your camera and join the room because we can see you and you can see us. It's just like you're here. So there's no difference between the room and the Zoom. Okay, that feels good.
Yeah, that's just for you.
That's good. Okay, so I guess you guys were reading my lips up until this point. Was that what was happening? Oh, okay, you got me over there. All right, so what I want to do is talk about two things, and we're going to jump into the work. We are actually in rehearsal for a huge showcase that we're doing on December 18th, which we're going to give you an opportunity to participate in. We're having a huge end-of-the-year party celebration. It's going to be fantastic because actors are going to get to do what it is that they do, and that's act, exercise their gifts, and explore. Have fun and play. So this is going to be a huge showcase. It's going to be 20 scenes, over 20 actors. It's going to be catered, a lot of fun, food, booze, room, desserts, the whole thing. It's a Christmas celebration. We're going to bring the magic. It's a blast. And I love giving these every year. I love giving you guys opportunity to perform. So for those of you guys that are tuning in, if you'd like to come, we're going to throw up a lower third to give you a website. It's an email, an email address. On a website, our email address, info@claybankstudio.com. If you're interested in coming in the studio, if you're into people and you want to be around a bunch of us, go ahead and email us because we're going to allow people to come in until we reach capacity, and then it will be closed off. We have a lot of people that are going to be here already. We got friends and family in from out of town, all kind of fun things that are happening. So go ahead and send us an email, info@claybankstudio.com. If you want some more information, we'll give you the address and everything else. It is live and in person, and it is a blast. The 18th of December, Saturday night. We're going to kick off the party at 6. The show will start at 7:45. In between that time, it'll be a lot of food and fun. So that's what's happening then. And at 7:45, we kick off the acts. The theme is holiday, Christmas, festivity, and magic, and cinnamon. Everybody say cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Sin.
Sin.
Man.
Mon.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Say, I just love my cinnamon.
I just love my cinnamon.
Yes, okay. How have you been, cinnamon?
How have you been, cinnamon?
Where have you been, cinnamon?
Where have you been, cinnamon?
Okay, good. So we're going to have all that, and that's an invite for you. If you're coming in via Zoom from anywhere in the world, go ahead and send us an email, and we will give you the Zoom link, and you guys can crowd in on Zoom. We have plenty of room on Zoom because we got the big Zoom package. Okay, so all of you can come in and participate and have a great time. So that's what's happening with that. So because you're listening, I want to give you a specialty teaching, a real power teaching. We're going to make it really pithy because we got a lot to do tonight. We got a lot of people here in the room. We got a lot of fun acting to do. So I'm going to teach you on how to answer the director's question when they say to you, oh, how far do I have?
That's all you got.
This is it? Okay, then re-camera-ize me and I'll just move for the camera. Other side. Boom. Okay. There, I got it. No worries. Good, thank you. Good. We're just getting powered up here, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're all good now. Are you good? You guys good on your end? You're good on your end? They can see. You guys can see. Gabo's out there. Joanna's there coming in from Germany. Say, hey, Germany.
Hey, Germany.
Say, Guten Nacht.
Guten Nacht.
Okay. All right, great. Are we good? Can we share when we're ready to share? Okay, so here's the deal. You're on set, you're working with the director, and the director looks at the scene and you want praises and accolades and be told how great you're doing, and the director says, I need more energy. And you go, okay. And you really have no idea what to do. You don't know how to generate it. It's like, what, do I get bigger? Do I raise my voice? Puff up my chest? What do I do? They want more energy. Well, I'm going to show you in a simple step-by-step process if you just pay attention. And if you're taking notes, take these notes, because when you get this, it will empower you. Because you will know how to control your energy better. And I will give you the step-by-step process of this ambiguous thing called energy. Where does energy come from? Where's energy? How do you create energy? How do you make it happen? We all, we go, oh, there's a lot of energy there. But what does that mean if you had to break it down? Do you realize if you had to create an instruction manual for everything that you are a professed genius in, you wouldn't have anything on the instruction manual? Because you understand it in your head, but you really don't know how to do something about it, how to actually make it work when we're talking about these type of dynamics, like creating more energy. Let me ask 4 of you, at random, 4 of you. How do you create more energy? From the ground, go.
Caring.
From caring, go.
From your voice.
From your voice, go.
Being more in tune with yourself.
Being more in tune with yourself. Give me one more. This is going to be the jackpot right here.
Breathing from your core.
Breathing from your core. So breathing from your core is going to give you more energy from the ground. All these things that you guys are saying, how do you make it sustainable? Applicable and sustainable. So I'm going to show you right now a breakdown real quick. This is a whole hour teaching I'm going to do in like 8 minutes. Okay, so pay attention. What does it say? Can you guys read that? Are these guys seeing it? I don't think they're seeing it. They can't see that. They don't need to see me because I'm here. So make that a little bigger so they can see it. Whoa, look at that whimsy effect going on there. Joanna, can you read that? Does that help? All right, well, roll with me, guys. Here we go. Who can read the first line?
What is energy?
Thank you. Chris, what is energy? Where does it come from, and how do I create it? If you could create energy on demand in any situation, would that be good news, yes or no?
Yes.
Would that be good news, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, of course it would. If the director said to you, hey, the scene needs more energy, and you went, got it, knew exactly what to do without having to guess or think, would that be good news, yes or no? Yes, you bet you're right it's going to be good news, because you're going to look like a pro, you're going to deliver it, and they're going to be really happy with you. All you do is raise your voice, puff out your chest, breathe real hard. I mean, I don't necessarily know that's going to give you the desired result. So let's take a look at it. What the heck is energy anyway? Well, according to definition, let's get somebody with reading skills. Graciela, go ahead and read that.
Quantitative property that must be transferred to a body or physical system to perform work on the body or to heat it.
Okay, that's lovely. Doesn't that help us out? The quantitative property, call me out right there. I have no idea what that even means. But that is the definition of energy if you look it up. The quantitative property that must be transferred to a body, wait, we want that back. To a body or physical system to perform work on the body or to heat it. Who knows what to do with that definition? No, of course not. We don't know what to do with it, but that's the definition, and the director's asking for it. That'd be like if craft services came up and said, here, would you like a chocolate power shake? And you looked at it, and it was cold, and it was brown, and you went, oh, and it tasted like a shake. I get that. But they're asking you for energy, and you got to deliver that. How are you going to do that? All right, I took another definition for you, so to make it a little bit easier, I went to the dimensional formula of energy, and it is ml squared T minus to the second power. So that must help you out a little bit more in delivering energy. So there you go. You've got the definition and you've got the science behind it. We're done. Teaching is over. You now know how to deliver more energy according to the definitions that are out there. Yeah, right. Okay, but we got to apply it to us. We've got to make this work for us in real life and as actors in scenes, as speakers on stage, wherever it is that you have to create more energy. You should be creating more energy because you're not taking advantage of all the features that God gave you. So, if I took your phone, whether you're Android or iPhone, and you think you know your phone really well, and put you with a specialist, a designer, that designer will show you things that that phone could do that you had no idea it could do, and it's been in your pocket this whole time. I didn't know it could do that. You ever remember when you learned a new feature? So it got pointed out, just kind of cool when you learn a new feature on your phone. All right, well, that's what we're doing here. I'm going to show you a new feature on your phone, and you should be using a lot of energy because it not only is going to help what you do, it's going to make you a better person, it's going to help all the people around you. So, a whole we are the world thing going on here. All right, so let's take a look at it. Where does energy come from for us? Let's cut to the chase. Somebody said it a little earlier. It comes from care. Energy comes from care. When you care, you activate energy. It's just the way the body works. It's kind of like love and hate. Love generated in an atmosphere will be contagious and people will experience that. It's why we go to church or concerts or group meetings, whatever, that are really positive and healthy. You feel the group corporate love. And it's the same thing. How many of you have ever been in a hateful environment? It's like, something is not good here. I want out. I want out. It's just sometimes you just get together with a group of people. I was actually in the gym, and it's just this morning. And just the machines where I was working, I was like, this is not good right here. This is not good. Something does not feel good with what's going on. I didn't sit around and analyze it. I moved to another part of the gym. I just had to get away from that energy. You feel it, okay? Well, care, when you care, you are activating energy inside your body. When you don't care, you deactivate energy in your body. Do you have that, yes or no? Do you have that, yes or no? Yes. Yeah, energy, care about the answer, and action. Yes. See, there we go. Just bring out the clapper, and then the energy goes up. Why? Because now I care, because I'm being looked at. All right, watch this. I'm going to show you how to put you guys in control of this thing. What does it mean to care? Let's look at it. You go, care. Okay, care. What does that mean? Well, I care about this and I care about that. Those are just examples. That's not science. It's not something you can do anything with. Well, I care about him, I don't care about her. I care about this, I don't care about that. What does that mean? I don't know, it's just the way I am. Well, that's weak. You guys get it? So let's break it down and take a look at actually how it works. Where does care come from? The definition of the word care is serious attention or consideration. Now, I really want to get you guys to pay attention. Why? Because there's so many crappy actors out there that are just flooding this industry because they don't take the time to learn how to do it. Because you're cute, you got a personality, there's something you can bring, and it's like, okay, fine, but you have no craft. Okay? Talk to any college football player that makes it to the majors, makes it to the NFL, the big league, and they will tell you about that quantum jump that is just freaking shocking to them. They had no idea. You get a Heisman Trophy winner, and all of a sudden they're in the NFL, and they're like, whoa! They run faster, they're bigger. It all happens more technically. It's like it's at a whole nother level of the game. So if you just want to hang around and do your $125 a day projects, or your $500 here, or your $5,000 buyout there, you're going to pick those jobs up here and there. They're there. Hang around long enough, you'll get them. What if you got one a year? That'd be good news, wouldn't it? Yeah, exactly. How do you answer that question? $5,000 is great, not for the year, right? So the whole answer to this thing is getting recurrings, contract jobs, regulars. You're going from a job to a job to a job because you're a technical instrument that can be used. You're not somebody that on a chance or a whim, if you're feeling good, you can get something done. This makes sense? Say yeah. Yeah. All right, you guys are doing real good. So let's take a look at serious attention and consideration. What does that mean? If I am really attentive to something and giving it consideration, well, what does that mean? Well, attention is regarding of someone or something as interesting or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Say it like you care. Important. Thank you. See, you got to work up to the energy. Your performance level isn't just going to appear. You have to shape and develop yourself for your performance level. So regarding of someone or something as interesting or important. That's one part of the definition of care. Next part of the definition, consideration, careful thought, typically over a period of time. Now, this is the big killer right there. Period of time. Period of time. Do not take for granted attention span. The diminishing time that people have now to put their focus and concentration on anything has been reduced tighter and smaller than it ever has been in the history of people. There's just so much going on your phones that it's robbing attention if you are not counteracting it by taking time. We like to call them artist adventures, where you're going out in a 2-hour block and you're leaving your phone behind and you're learning about you and allowing your mind to be where it needs to be, not plugged into the freaking grid. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't make any difference. These cameras are these cameras. They're lie detectors. They're going to tell the truth. And either you can focus on something or you can't. And I'll tell you, I've never seen so many people that are just walking around with pacifiers. Now, it used to be babies would have them hanging out of their mouth. But now, it's this. We're all one-handed people now. You only got one hand. Oh. Because we're holding this thing all the time. It's crazy. It's a bad habit. It's like walking around with a bottle of vodka. Would you do that? No. But guess what? What do you think we're going to look like another couple of decades from now? You know, because that's how it is. Remember, they used to say, smoking is good for you. I'm Dr. So-and-so, and I recommend smoking for your health. You know, that's how it used to be. I don't know if you guys even knew that or not. Doctors and celebrities and all these people would recommend cigarette smoking. It was absolutely crazy. Well, that's how it's going to get with the social media. So you got to be careful. I'm not saying don't use it, make it go away. I'm saying the same thing with alcohol. Same thing with alcohol. Same thing with sex. Same thing with food. Same thing with shopping. Same thing with entertainment. Same thing with anything. You have to manage it. Because if you don't, you're in trouble. Just like managing your money. That's not hard. When the eviction notices show up, you pretty much get a good idea that your life's going to shift radically if you don't start making more than you're spending. If that makes sense, grunt. Okay, good. All right. So careful thought, typically over a period of time, meaning when you're rehearsing and working on your script, you don't just squeeze that in somewhere. You've got to cut time out, because if you don't, you will never get a breakthrough. There's always going to be a ceiling. And you're going to hit the ceiling. And unless you have momentum and inertia, you'll never break through that ceiling into the next level of where you have to be, which is your peak performance. And trust me, this doesn't come easy. Not everybody meets that level of peak performance. They don't. That's why you have peak performers. Does this make sense? Say yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at it now. Okay, moving up here. Oop, I'm running out of stuff. Somehow, I got to get rid of this. Hang on. There it is. Okay. Oop, that's too soon. Let me not give that to you now. Okay, so care. You have to care, and you care out of attention to something with time, with a reason, activating your care. And the better the reason, the more the more energy you're going to produce. Because let's face it, let's say there's something you're really excited about. Anything. I want you to think about that person, that place, that thing, that food, that meal, that experience that just really excites you. Oh, yeah. Right? Okay, that thing, right? But now there's a whole nother level of excitement which is unexpected. And that's that super special thing that catches you off guard and you go, really? How many of you ever opened a present where you kind of thought maybe you might have had a good idea what it is and it blew you away because that person really took the time to think about you and solve a problem, fix an issue, know you? Anybody know what I'm talking about? And it's just like, are you kidding me? And it's a whole nother level, right? You get it? Okay. You got to bring yourself to the highest point you can so that life can kick you to the next level. But you're not going to get that magic that you dream about, that you watch in rom-coms and that you see in the season, unless you're working at a level where you can tap into it. Because you can't go from down here to way up here. You go from up here to the next level. And that's where you should be when you're entertaining your audiences. That's your job, is to bring that peak level. And you're not going to bring anything here that you don't have there. Just doesn't work that way. So, how do we create care? Last part of this thing, care comes from perceived value, and perceived value is what you're making it mean to you. What you're making it mean to you. Now, it says it there, what it means to you. But we're actors. We're not regular people. We are, 3, 2, 1, superhumans. You're not just a human, you're a superhuman. Again, 1, 2, 3. Superhuman. And why is an actor a superhuman? Because we go to work on aspects of ourselves that the regular person does not attempt to do, and that's why they will fork over money and time and attention to pay us with any of those currencies, because we're doing something they can't do. And people get excited about that. Even telling simple little 2-person stories without any explosions or cute animals. They'll still pay attention because we're living at a level that they should be living at, but they're not living at. And it has to, the whole thing has to, anyway, I'm not going to go there. I'm running out of time. But you have to make it mean what you need it to mean to you. So let's say you're in a scene. And here's what happens. You're in a scene and you get paired up with a scene partner. But you had your eye on another scene partner in the room because you really liked their work. But you didn't get to work with that person because you're getting paired up with that person you really don't like in the acting class, in the ensemble, in the group. And now you're paired up with this person, so what happens to you, even at a subconscious level? The energy goes down. Why? Because you don't care. Well, that's what happens with regular people. But when you're an actor, you have to make it become what you need it to become. So you have to focus your attention, you got to focus your time, you have to focus all of these dynamics into your care to care about something so that you raise your energy level and you're present there for them, regardless of your personal feelings. One of the stupidest things I hear actors say when I coach them on a note is they go, "But coach, that's not me." None of it is. All of it is. What are you saying? This is an acting class. You're actors. If it's not you, you learn how to make it you. That's the job. You don't cower back. You press in. But you see, you got fear, insecurities, vanity, pride, ego. All those nasty cousins are in the way, keeping you back, and that's where your work is, right on that front line. So you got to care. And when you care, it's going to come from you going, no, I value this person. Doesn't matter whether you like them or not. Banks, value that person. Well, I wanted to work with this other person, and now I got to work with this person. What about this person do I like? Well, I'm not seeing much that's coming to me right now. Focus on something. They got great earlobes. I am going to love on those earlobes, baby. Why? Because that's going to affect my perceived value, which is going to raise my care level, which is going to produce energy. Do you guys see how this works? Yep. If you don't, say something, because you got to get this. All right, so what is perceived value when I'm done with this whole thing? Well, I'm going to give you guys something for being here. And even if you're watching here on wherever you're watching it from, we'll ship one to you. Okay? It's a little game we're going to play here. And I'm going to give you something right now. It's either going to be a $1,000 iPhone 13 iPhone. What is the actual title of that thing? iPhone 13, right? Is that what it is? Yeah. iPhone 13. This doesn't sound right to me. The i13 it should be, I think. I'm going to give you a brand new i13 or a 50-cent Crayola crayon. Let me help your imagination. Make a decision, make a choice. Which one of those two do you want? It's free, on the house. All you got to do is ask for it. What do you want? iPhone. Say it, you get it. Come on, say it. 1, 2, 3, answer. 1, 2, 3. iPhone. Yeah, right. There's always somebody that's going to say the crayon, right? Because, look, well, I don't like iPhone. It doesn't matter. It's $1,000. You can sell it. And you can buy all the crayons you want for $1,000. So if you have a choice between a multi-$1,000 iPhone or whatever they're costing, I have no idea what those things cost, or a Crayola crayon that you can get for free in the right restaurant, especially in middle America. Just go into a Cracker Barrel and knock yourself out, right? Okay. You're going to take that, and if I said to you seriously, here it is, and I gave it to you in the box, what's going to happen to your energy? Why? Because you care. Why? Because the perceived value is cool. But if I said to you, hey, here's a crayon, you don't care. So you don't produce energy. You guys got to track with this. I know I'm a little entertaining, but I mean, seriously, you got to get this. Would you agree, without any snarky remarks, that any functional human being is going to take the $1,000 item over the 50-cent item? Yes. Just watch Let's Make a Deal and see how that works, right? Okay. But what if it was a 4-year-old that liked to draw? What would a room of artistic 4-year-olds that haven't been indoctrinated by their parents yet with technology, what do you think they're going to reach for?
Crayon.
They're going to reach for the crayon. They're going to pick up the phone and they're going to go, shiny, and then they're going to get the crayon. Right? Perception. It's perceived value. And that's what it comes down to. And when you really get this, it will change your life. But it's not going to happen for you right away because you are in the way. Your value is going to be in the way until you learn how to compartmentalize your value to allow the value of the character and how the character has been written by the writer, what the writer's intent is for that character. Then you will go, okay, I am a carnivore, but they're serving vegetables and I'm digging in and I'm going to love it because my character is a vegan. But I love ribs. I love just taking the side of a cow and just biting a chunk right off that sucker. But I can't like that because my character is a vegan. You get it? You get it? You get it? That's how it works. Or vice versa. You know? Or vice versa. It's just, if we don't care about you, we care about the character. But aren't I the character? Yes. With that breakdown, with that understanding of what the character is doing and who the character is. That's what you need to understand. That's your job. Otherwise, you'll continue to show up as you every single time as you, with you, with you, with you. Now, if you have one of those dynamics, then great. You transcend all this character work and you then go into what's called a personality. And now you got to get the personality to work with technicalities. Because the personality will get you so far until real serious filmmakers start looking at you, and now you better be able to deliver the goods. Because if you're on set with Sorkin or Spielberg or Seinfeld or any other Jewish S, God bless you. You better know what you're doing because these guys aren't messing around. I was just watching a thing on James Cameron last night. He's such a pain in the ass on set because he needs everything specific and just the way he wants it. And crew quits and complains and he's difficult to work with. How many billion-dollar movies have you made? Terminator, Titanic, Avatar. I mean, come on. The list just goes on. Why? Because of his attention to detail and the care that produces the energy. And if you're going to be an actor on those sets, you better be in that lane or it ain't going to work very well. Okay? So, go back to the 4-year-old, perceived value. The 4-year-old's going to care about the crayon, and as a result, the 4-year-old will produce more energy with a crayon than with a $1,000 iPhone. You make the choice. It all comes down to what does it mean to you. And you make that decision because that is the core basis of intention. When you're making choices and you have an intention behind the choice. An intention underneath the lines. You're now caring about it, and it's producing more energy. You're going to be a lot more fun to watch. That's it. I'm Coach Banks. You're not. This is Clay Banks Studio. Check us out, claybankstudio.com, and look at what's happening. If you can get in here, try to get in here via Zoom or in the room, the 18th of December. This is where you're going to want to be. This party's going off. Okay, guys, I'm out. That's where you would clap, and it would really feel good.